G'day friends, welcome to today's video. This is the 12 Daisies of Christmas, and I've actually done 4 of these. I'm not doing the full 12, I'm sorry. I actually put it out to an Insta story a little while ago, and kind of just put the feelers out there and wanted to gauge how people felt if I didn't actually tackle all 12, and it was pretty split. I had a few people that said, it doesn't matter, do as many as you want, and then I had a few others that said, we want 12 or nothing. So, I chose 4. That's basically it. I have no good reason for it. It's just, you know, this wasn't a full project I wanted to tackle. I'm in the process of putting together my volume 3 book, so if you don't know what that is, every year I kind of put together a collection of the works that I've done throughout the previous, 12-month cycle, and this past year has been massive. From the end of 2017 to where we are right now, I feel like a lot has happened, a lot has changed, we've grown a lot, we've learned a lot, we've had a lot of experiences, and yeah, so putting that book together, I kind of came across this section as I'm trying to format the pages of it, and it's all the challenges that I've been doing. And so I had done Mermaid back in May, I did Junicorn, I did 7 days of that, which I turned into a fortnight. And then we did Inktober, the Daisy project, and then I also did Little Raven Inktober, and she had accidentally put in 1 extra prompt, so there was technically 32 in that challenge. But I looked at it all together and I thought, wow, like that's just a tremendous amount of work that was just on challenge pieces. Like, they weren't even just regular things that I was doing in my journal, they weren't tutorials, they weren't really anything other than tackling a prompts list or a prompt month or week, you could say. So I did get to this one and I thought, you know what, I think I'm done with the prompts for this year. I'm not going to stress myself out to do 12, I'll just do the few that I want to do. So I'm actually starting with day 6, and these are 6 pom-pom trees. Before anyone asks, no, I will not sing the 12 Daisies of Christmas. Not my forte. I actually have a new mic. Let me know if this sounds any different, or if this kind of, works for you or something. I have a confession to make. I have been putting off updating my my phone. I've literally pressed disagree every single time it prompts me to update. I disagree to the terms and services, so they can't update it. And one night I plugged it in and it just updated itself, and I was furious because I've mentioned this before, but every time something updates, it takes about a month for me to get used to what changed and how many things are now broken for me. It's one of the beautiful joys of owning an Apple product. They really make it difficult for you. Everything could be working perfectly fine, and then they just throw a wrench in the works, a spanner in the works. They throw it all in there. So I was really actually furious and had lost a few voiceovers for my videos because my recording system on my phone now won't work. It's really glitchy. I don't think they'd updated the voice memos on the phone for maybe 9 years or something. Like, it was still the very standard generic voice memos, which worked perfectly for me. I didn't need them to change it. And then I go into my phone, I start recording, some stuff captured, and then other stuff was glitchy, and then all of a sudden the file disappeared, and then I tried to find it. I don't even know where the trash is for the new voice memos. Like, it says they saved to somewhere, but truly I think it's glitched in my phone. And I've done all the things like restarting it, resetting it, trying to re-download it or get a new app, and I thought, you know what, now's the time. Now is literally the time to buy a new mic. So I got the it's called Blue Snowball Ice. It's a USB microphone. It looks to die for. Like, it's a cute little, it's this little round ball thing. It looks like a little character from Star Wars or something. It's really fun. I feel very professional now with my microphone and not speaking into my voice notes memos on my iPhone. I don't know if people know this, but I actually have a very crude setup for filming because the quality is just, it's exactly what I need it to be. I don't need it to be any more than that. I know I could boost it up to 4K, but I don't think anyone really wants to see, how the muscles in my hands articulate as I draw. Like, there's no real need for 4K. What next? 3D? Could you imagine? So yeah, I've got this really crude filming setup where I just use my iPhone 7 Plus, and I have done majority, if not all, the videos except the first one on my channel, and any of the ones with like the depth of field kind of special effects, like my studio notes, the vlogs and stuff. I'll use my DSLR, but for a general setup of filming a table, I can use my little claw clamp that sits over the desk. I've got a ring light so it's nice and bright and lit, And I don't know, I've never felt the need to upgrade any of that, because I'd just be upgrading it to the same level of quality, if not, like, you know, less frames per second. Because this phone, sorry to bore you with tech talk, and honestly I don't know what I'm talking about, but the phone films at 60 frames per second, so I feel like when I speed things up, it's a really nice smooth look. It's not as jarring as sometimes when I see the 30 frames per second. Since I do a lot of speed through stuff in videos, you can see my hand just going crazy there. I really appreciate that it's a bit more of a smooth transition, just for my eyes to look at. I don't want to get seasick editing my videos. But yeah, so now I've upgraded. I'm still editing on iMovie though. Like, catch me when they update that, and I'm gonna have a massive mental breakdown, because I don't want to do Final Cut Pro. I think there are definitely things in there that I would love to have access to editing wise, but to be fair, you know, when I'm doing tutorials or when I'm doing, you know, fun videos where it's just lots of painting and drawing, you really don't need all the extra fluff, and I do love it. Honestly, in the Studio Notes vlogs, I've managed to trick them up a little bit with how I overlay things in iMovie, and, you know, special transitions. There's a lot of shortcuts you can take in iMovie to make something look like it didn't come from iMovie, but then I always throw the little thanks for watching at the end, which is just a standard iMovie transition. So I really like to let the kids know that I'm just doing it on iMovie, but, you know, it comes with the computer, as if I'm going to try and buy an extra $500 program when I've got a free one on the computer that works perfectly fine. But you know what, these are all things that have crossed my mind before, and this is a step in the right direction for my audio quality, I think, especially going into 2019. Not necessarily for the videos. I've actually never noticed any of the audio problems in a video, but for podcasts, because I feel like that's just talking. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just voice. And so I think the quality should be pretty on point for that. And you know, I didn't really notice even a problem with it this year when we did it on Playtest Patreon, but as I do, we're going to do Playtest Patreon again next year at a bit of a different, you know, I'll let you figure it out in 2019. But there'll be podcasts in it as well. I have had a suggestion to do monthly podcasts, or you know, weekly podcasts, or just start a podcast channel in general. Honestly, I can't commit to that, and you know what I'm like. If I commit to something, I'm going to do anything I can in my power to meet that. And I think it'd be throwing in an extra level of work that might not be necessary at this point. I do love to chat, and I do love to, you know, hit harder topics in the podcast, but for the most part, I do get a lot of my chatting done in these videos. So I don't really think you're missing out, is the point. But next year in Playtest 2, there'll be podcasts again. So looking forward to that. Hopefully we can dive into some deeper topics and more interesting topics again. But yeah, I think that's all I want to say. I was frustrated about the update that I didn't want. I got a new microphone. Christmas is right around the corner, so Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful season. I'm in sunny Southern California, and to be honest, it's very much like Australia in the sense that in the winter you still don't really know whether it's summer or winter. Like, I'm in shorts. If the bottom half of me is in summer right now, but the top half of me is dressed for a snowstorm. So I run pretty hot as it is, so that's that. Here I am talking about the weather. I literally was just saying about how much I love to chat and talking about deep things and you know, hard topics, and I'm chatting about weather. There you go, go figure. Thank you to everyone that was also commenting your Hallmark movie ideas on that Cocoa Ornaments video. I know I haven't responded to comments, and I've really been letting that slide a little bit lately. Not lately, it's to be honest, it's been a little bit, but I still read them all, and you have had me cracked all the way up. Honestly, I think we should all probably apply for storywriter positions at Hallmark, because the ideas are free-flowing and fresh, and I just love them. They speak Hallmark to me. I've got a bunch of Hallmark movies that I've still got scheduled to watch, some that I've decided to take off my list due to other recommendations that I've been having. So if you've still got some essential Christmas viewing that you feel like I need to watch and perhaps talk about, please let me know. And even though I might not get back to the comment, I will definitely read it. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. I'll be back with 3 more Daisies, 12 Daisies of Christmas videos. And until then, have a wonderful day filled with Christmas spirit. That's odd. Why did I say that? I meant it. I just wanted it to sound a lot nicer than the way I said it. Okay, bye.